What's going on, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and just because a device doesn't have 4G, well, I guess it can still have some fun. Now, can it? Here it is, the Motorola DROID X2 from Verizon, the replacement to the DROID X, and it offers some enhancements over the original device. 1 GHz dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor, upgraded screen to QHD display, and a revised version of MOTOBLUR. Is this a device for you? Should you go with one of the 4G devices? We're going to try to find out that and more in the unboxing. But first, special thanks to our friends at Best Buy. They've hooked us up with a bunch of smartphones that we're giving to you in the One Paw Bandit game. So when you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll pay the non-rebate price. You'll walk out the door paying that after rebate price. You don't have to deal with messy paperwork or anything like that. But enough of that, let's get into it. Unboxing Motorola DROID X2. Should you go with this, or should you go with one of the 4G super phones? We're going to find out. You know what they say, if there's a successor, well then they're always going to make a second version of the same phone. That's not really what they say, but it just sounded right at the time. Here it is, the Motorola DROID X2. That was really bad saying, but that's okay. Motorola DROID X2, replacement to the original DROID, and it's got some improvements like a 1 GHz dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor, 4.3-inch QHD display, so a high-resolution display, and a kind of a different design, or not different design, but different color scheme rather, and that's about it. Otherwise, it looks almost exactly the same. You can see not a lot's changed up here. Looks very similar. There's some minor, I think, color changes. This, if I remember right, the battery door was gray on the original DROID X, and it's black, it looks like, on this one. So we can see here. And yeah, it just looks a little different on the back, and you can see DROID X2 written there on the battery door. There's the battery, 8 GB micro SD card included. Now what you will notice that's different on the aesthetic, there's no physical camera button anymore. Big no-no for me. You know how much I love my physical camera button. So that's a big one. But you can see here at the bottom, you have your 4 physical buttons, just like the original DROID X. Your menu, your home, your back, and your search. And oh, there it goes. Okay, powered on now. Motorola dual-core technology, just like on the Motorola Zoom. And then let's see what comes in the box. Exactly the same thing that came in the original DROID. AC adapter module, USB cable, master your device, consumer information about radio frequency emissions and responsible driving, product safety and warranty information, información sobre la garantía y seguridad del producto, y important consumer information, información importante al consumidor. So, quite a bit of reading material in the box if that's what you're interested in. But in terms of accessories, about the same as the original. There, let's wait for it to power up and see what's different. So again, you have this DROID X2 over here, and then you have a little bit of a different kind of look to the display. It's a little blue, if you will. I don't know, maybe these are just things I'm imagining, but seems a little different. But it's running Android 2.2, but it's to be upgraded to Android 2.3 according to the press release. So apparently that's the cool thing to do now, say Android 2.2, but it's going to get 2.3. So that's the new thing. So you can see that the menu structure here is a little bit different. It's a different version, a newer build of Motorola Blur. You can see kind of a blue color scheme here. You can see how the app drawer is a little bit different. The oh, Droid. You can see, let's go into text messaging. It's a little bit different, kind of funky different. And then your multi-touch. So it's weird because I review these every day for a living, and I can notice some minor changes. Most people aren't. The multi-touch keyboard looks a little different. Color schemes are a little bit different here. Hey there. How are you doing? So you can see the color schemes are a little bit different, but otherwise almost exactly the same. Like I said, the Motorola Blur, you can see how that fades out. That's kind of cool. How, hey there, how are you doing? Gradually gets darker. So, you know, a little bit different there. Let's see what the menu looks like. What comes pre-installed? You get Backup Assistant, Amazon Kindle. Let's see, IM, My Verizon Mobile Hotspot, which you can use for an additional fee and connect Wi-Fi up to 5 users to it to use the 3G connection. Rich Location, whatever that is. And then your VCast stuff, VCast apps, music, videos, VZ Navigator, and more. So, and then visual voicemail for an extra $2.99 per month. So, you know, again, looks pretty similar here, but you can see, whoops, I mean to go into that. Again, color scheme difference, dock difference. I can set up some new groups here. I can go to recent apps, see those, or I can go to downloaded apps, go back to all apps. So a little bit of a revision on the MOTOBLUR front. Let's see if the dialer looks different. Okay, new dialer as well. It's that dialer that we saw leaked as part of the Motorola Defy. So I'm assuming it's got this kind of gingerbread look to it, or, you know, at least this is what Motorola Blur was supposed to look like on gingerbread, if we remember back to the Defy leak, or perhaps the Droid Bionic, which I believe was supposed to come with 2.3 if I remember right. But you can see kind of a different design. Recent, contacts, and then favorites. So similar up there, but different 3G logo and a little bit of smaller text. So let's try just to see what it looks like. Actually, let's not do that. Let's back up and let's do 611 just to see, again, different color scheme there. So just some minor differences, but you know, nothing noticeable. It's, if you're coming from an original Droid, you may want to go with one of the 4G devices, but again, at $199, it's a high-end smartphone, and it's actually Verizon's, now that I think about it, first dual-core device that's running a dual-core processor. So we've got to do one thing, though, before we sign off, and let me log in to the market, add a Google account here, and I'm going to log into my old man McTweety real quick. And done. Going to sign in because we have to do a quadrant standard test on this. We just have to, since it's a dual core processor. We got to see. But again, you know, it's QHD display. I don't see a huge difference. Now that I look at it up close out of the camera, I do see a little bit of a difference. It's noticeably higher resolution, but again, somebody coming from Droid X probably wouldn't notice it unless they were held side by side. Let's go in here and do quadrant standard. But I'm digging it so far. I like the revised interface. It's definitely cleaner. It definitely is more fluid, kind of fits well together, if you will. Quadrant Standard Edition. Bam. Droid. So that's going to download now. And that's going to download over Verizon's 3G connection. So it looks like pretty similar stuff here. Let me see, no pinch. Let's see what kind of widgets we have. Android widgets. So let's go back and find MOTOBLUR widgets. Motorola widgets. And let's see if we have the same functionality, like date and time, for example. And let's see if we still have, yep, sure do, still have the ability to customize those. It looks different, though. Let's see here. Bam. Can't make it smaller than that, but you can make it that big. And then to throw it away, you actually go up top instead of going to the bottom of the dock. So just kind of a funky look there, a little bit different. Keep saying that over and over again, but that's really what it is. A little bit different. Let's see, quadrant standard. Let's find it. Wait for it to load up here. Let's see, is it loaded? Let's, bam. Quadrant standard, where are you? Downloaded. Oh, it's installing now, duh. Okay. You're welcome for using quadrant. Let's run the full benchmark just to get an idea and see what a quadrant standard score looks like. Of course, I'll do more testing prior to the full review, so keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage of the Droid X2 and more. But we'll see what it comes out as. But overall, you know, it feels exactly the same. A little bit of a color scheme difference, and definitely a MOTOBLUR difference. But otherwise, you know, and the QHD display, of course. But otherwise, it's really just a revision to the original device. Evolutionary, not necessarily revolutionary. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com, and the Motorola DROID X2 have dogfights, reviews, first impressions, and more. So keep it locked on the site for that. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/PhoneDog and enter to win an iPad 2 or a smartphone in our colossal iPad 2 and smartphone sweepstakes. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as well, PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Device 2,296. Pretty good. And right up there, just behind the G2X. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend.